Hello, how you doing? I'm going to be making brown soda bread today. It's the same bread that we use here at Aurora House Bed and Breakfast in the County Kildare, Republic of Ireland. The ingredients are white flour, brown flour, margarine, bread soda, salt and buttermilk. They're the main ingredients. I'll be mixing this up there now in front of you there just to show you the consistency and what we do and how to fold in and rub the margarine and things like that. I have a selection of seeds there. There's pumpkin and sunflower seeds, which we use to put on top of the bread. When you bake it in the oven, they go lovely and crispy, and it gives the bread a lovely bite and taste. So first of all, I have the white flour and the margarine in a bowl. I'm going to be putting brown flour in now as well. Just bear with me now. It's just going to take a few seconds. Okay. Basically, what we do here is we put double the amount of brown flour to white flour, and that seems to work a treat. Gives it a lovely texture and taste. So that's what we have at the minute. So in the bowl I have the white flour, the brown flour and the margarine. I'm going to rub the margarine in softly. This shouldn't take too long now. It'll take a few seconds just to break it up. The reason why we put the margarine in the mix, it's only a small amount, but it does keep the bread lovely and moist. So, like I said before, at this moment in time I have the white flour, the brown flour and the margarine in the bowl. Okay, still mixing, and there, that didn't take long now. So that's what you're left with. That's what it should look like, should I say. So once you've achieved that, you need a sieve and a teaspoon. I'm going to be putting the bread soda in. I'm going to put the salt in. And the reason for me sieving this now is, especially with the bread soda, you'll find a few lumps in the bag. If those lumps go into the soda bread mix, basically what's just going to happen is you'll mix it in and there'll be lumps of the bread soda inside the mix. When it bakes, you'll slice the bread and you'll see big lumps of yellow because the lump hasn't been mixed properly in with your mix. And that's basically what happens, and it doesn't taste very nice and it doesn't look very nice either. So that's what stage we're at now. So all of our ingredients is in here at the moment, as you can see. I'm going to get a wooden spoon. I'm going to start, just before I start to mix the buttermilk in, I'm going to put my oven on to preheat at 180. And just one other thing there before, a handy tip, is I have my bread tins here. I'm just going to line them with the flour. Just put a bit at the bottom, like so, basically to stop the bread from sticking. Okay, I'm going to do this. When we do this now at Aurora House Bed and Breakfast, we make 6 at a time. We have a large family and all the children love the brown bread, the homemade brown bread, which is great really. Okay, just bear with me a second. That's 3, 4, 5, and one more, 6, like so. Okay, so that's that bit done. I'm going to mix the buttermilk in now, like so, into the centre, stirring gradually. Now there's a big difference between this bread mix and other breads. This bread mix will actually look like cake mix by the time you finish it. It'll be very wet, and you'll think to yourself, goodness gracious me, I don't know how that's going to cook. But we'll stick with it. There. Some more buttermilk there. Okay, I'm still mixing now. This is quite an easy recipe now, and it doesn't take that long to make. Okay, There's the texture there now. As you can see, it's still too dry. So I'm going to keep adding buttermilk. We get some more buttermilk there. Okay. Another useful tip is actually when you've made the mix, is to try and get it into the oven. Obviously without rushing or panicking, as quickly as possible, because it doesn't stand very well. What I mean by that is that the mix will absorb the liquid and it will go very gluey, because the flour is so glutinous now and things like that. You see there now, you see the mix there now? We're nearly there. It's still a tiny bit. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more buttermilk. Okay. That should be it. Right, let's give it a good mix, get everything mixed in together. We don't want to be left with any flour or anything unmixed, because when it cooks it won't cook properly. Right then, that's the hard bit done really. There you go. There's the brown soda mix, all ready to go. So, I'm going to get my baking tins. Excuse me a second, I'll just wash my hands. Okay. Yeah, there's that bit done. Okay, here's the brown soda. I'm going to half fill. I'm going to half fill the tin like so. And as I said before, there you go, doesn't that look lovely? As I said before, I'm going to get some of the pumpkin seeds, sprinkle it on top. Like so. Be generous now. Okay, and just with a backy spoon, just gently press them into the mix. As this cooks, the pumpkin seeds and the sunflower seeds will actually cook inside the bread. And a couple of advantages of this is that when you do take it out of the oven, if you didn't do that before, you'll turn the bread over and all the seeds will drop off the loaf. Whereas doing this now, the majority of them will actually stay in it now. And that's it so far. And I'll show you the end result when it's cooked.